Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is February 22nd, 2024, and Xavi Hernandez has been nominated for Manager of the Month for the month of February. Also, I'm going to tell you where is the state of the race to who replaced Xavi Hernandez. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before I begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, begin with the news that Xavi Hernandez has been nominated for Coach or Manager of the Month for the month of February here in La Liga. Now, there have been 3 coaches that La Liga have nominated for Best Manager for the month of February. There's, of course, Xavi Hernandez, FC Barcelona's manager, who during the month of February has defeated Celta Vigo, Alaves, and drew against Granada. Another coach that's been nominated is Ernesto Valverde, the former Barcelona coach, who's now the coach of Athletic Club de Bilbao, who in the month of February defeated Mallorca, defeated Girona, and drew against Almeria. And the third coach who has been nominated is Quique Sanchez, who is the coach for Sevilla, and where in the month of February, Sevilla have defeated Rayo Vallecano and Atletico de Madrid, and drew against Valencia. So these are the 3 nominees for Best Manager for the month of February. Of course, as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. Who do you guys think would be a fair winner? Is it Xavi? Is it Ernesto? Is it Quique? Please let me know down below in the comment section. Now, speaking of coaches, we do have to talk about who will be or what's the state of the race as far as coaches who will replace Xavi Hernandez once he resigns at the end of the season. And it's reported that right now Barcelona are highly valuing 3 options, and we're going to discuss each one of these options. Now, the first one is, of course, an option we've been talking about for quite some time, which is Hansi Flick. And he is a name that right now they're saying he is the favorite to replace Xavi Hernandez. And it seems that the club really value the trajectory of Hansi Flick, given that he managed Bayern Munich, and when he was the manager there, of course, he won the treble, eventually became a sextuple. He's only one of 2 coaches in the history of football to achieve that. And even though he did not do as well with the German national team, it's reported that Barcelona still value Hansi Flick's work with them because they believe that he had bad luck with the German national team, but nonetheless, that the work was there and that he did great work with the national team. Another point that Barcelona value is, of course, that Hansi Flick is a free agent. He's not tied to any club, so Barcelona don't have to worry about any release clauses, don't have to worry about negotiating with clubs. All they have to do is negotiate with Hansi Flick himself. And finally, Barcelona value the fact that Hansi Flick has good relationship with some of the Barcelona players. Of course, the 2 main ones being Ilkay Gundogan, who Hansi Flick coached when he was a German national coach, and of course, Robert Lewandowski, who Hansi Flick managed when he was the coach of Bayern Munich. Now, as I reported before, they're saying that Hansi Flick is very excited about the possibility of becoming a Barcelona manager. He started taking Spanish classes. He's starting to look for his own staff. And I even reported in a previous video that Hansi Flick had chosen Barcelona over Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich were considering hiring Hansi Flick once they sacked Tuchel. Well, this last bit of news has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano himself. So Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Hansi Flick prefers Barcelona over Bayern Munich. So that's for the people who are always, they think Fabrizio Romano is the only reporter out there, that he's the only one who has news about football. Well, there you go, Fabrizio confirming something I broke to you many, many days ago. Now, the second option, and this one is not as popular with the Barcelona fan base, but the second option that Barcelona are highly valuing is that of Thomas Tuchel, the current Bayern Munich coach, who has reached an agreement with the Bundesliga club to leave Bayern Munich at the end of the season. And it seemed that Barcelona also valued this coach as a good option. And the reason why is, number one, is trajectory, just like Hansi Flick, because Tuchel has managed many big clubs. You know, he managed Dortmund, Chelsea, PSG, now Bayern Munich. So all these are big heavyweights in Europe. So Barcelona do value that. They know that he will be someone who will be willing, who will be capable of withstanding the pressure and the demands of the job of being a Barcelona coach. Also, another thing that Barcelona value in Tuchel is the fact that he has a lot of knowledge of how the big leagues in Europe work and how the Champions League works. The expectations, etc., the dynamics of it. Because after all, Tuchel did win the Champions League with Chelsea. He also reached the final of the Champions League with PSG, the only coach to do that in a very long time. And finally, they also value the fact that Tuchel is looking for a new young project to grow and to mold. And that's something that Barcelona want. They want a coach who will be willing to take the project that's currently at Barcelona, full of young talent, that can be developed into a winning team. Now, today, there was a report, German media are reporting that Tuchel is actually looking to go back to the Premier League. And they're even reporting that he has initiated contact with Manchester United. So even though Tuchel is a name that Barcelona value as a good option, especially because he will too be a free agent, just like Hansi Flick, the possibilities are much slimmer because, again, it's reported that Tuchel is looking mostly to go to the Premier League or prefers to go to the Premier League. So I think between Flick and Tuchel, Flick is looking like a stronger possibility. Now, the third name that Barcelona value is, of course, another name we have been talking about, and that is De Zerbi. Barcelona value De Zerbi very highly. The number one reason is because they really like the kind of football that he plays with Brighton. Very offensive, based on ball possession, very entertaining and daring football. Of course, the second reason is given his ability and talent to develop young talent. Again, that's something that's very big in Barcelona. Barcelona are looking for a coach who can take, young players, and mold them into winners, because Barcelona have plenty of those. Lamine Yamal, Gabi, Pedri, Araujo, Fermin, Marc Guiu, Hector Fort, Pau Cubarsí. The list is very, very long, so they appreciate that. Of course, what are the things that Barcelona are not too sure about? First of all, the fact that De Zerbi has never managed a big club, so they're not very sure whether De Zerbi would be able to withstand the pressures and the demands of the job of a Barcelona coach. And of course, the second reason is the economic one, because De Zerbi does have a 10 million euro release clause that Barcelona would have to pay Brighton. And even though Barcelona could technically afford that, of course, we do have the option of Flick, who doesn't have any release clause to begin with. So Barcelona would save themselves 10 million euros, and they can use that 10 million euros towards the salary of Flick. But that's one thing that Barcelona, they kind of makes it a question mark in regards to De Zerbi. And if you have asked me, I think right now, as it stands, Hansi Flick is probably the strongest option right now, because given that De Zerbi lacks that experience with the big club, that leaves us with Tuchel and Flick. But with Tuchel reportedly wanting to go back to the Premier League, I think that only leaves Flick, who checks all the boxes. A manager who has coached big teams, someone who has really good tactics, can develop young talent, free agent, etc. And you add to that fact that Flick is actually looking forward to becoming a Barcelona manager. So as it stands today, I think he's the one who's looking most likely that could replace Xavi Hernandez. Now, of course, the season is long. Things can happen. Things could change. But for now, if you were to ask me today, February 22nd, 2024, based on these reports that are coming out of the club and who they value, I think Hansi Flick is probably the strongest option. But of course, as always, I would love to hear from you guys who you guys' pick would be. Would it be Flick? Would it be Tuchel? Would it be De Zerbi? Let me know down below. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I'd like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, Viscars.